Spring break was finally upon us, and my friends and I couldn't wait to escape the mundane routine of college life. We had been planning our trip for months, eager to soak up the sun, party on the beach, and forget about our responsibilities for a while. Our destination, Breakwater Bay, a secluded stretch of coastline rumored to be the perfect spot for a wild and carefree vacation. As we packed our bags and piled into the car, excitement bubbled in the air. The road trip was filled with laughter and music, the promise of adventure beckoning us forward. But little did we know, our spring break would soon take a terrifying turn. The sun was beginning to set as we arrived at Breakwater Bay. The sky was painted in hues of pink and orange, casting a warm glow over the coastline. We unloaded our belongings from the car and made our way to the beach house we had rented for the week. Nestled among palm trees and overlooking the ocean, the beach house seemed like paradise. We wasted no time settling in, eager to start our vacation off with a bang. As the night fell, we cracked open a few beers, lit a bonfire on the beach, and danced beneath the stars. But as the hours passed and the fire burned low, a sense of unease settled over us. It was as if we were being watched, a feeling that sent shivers down our spines. We laughed it off as jitters, attributing it to the eerie atmosphere of the bay at night. The following morning, we woke to the sound of waves crashing against the shore. The sun was shining brightly in the sky, banishing the shadows of the night before. Eager to explore our surroundings, we decided to take a hike along the cliffs overlooking the bay. As we trekked along the rugged coastline, we stumbled upon an old, weather-beaten sign half buried in the sand. It read, "Beware the curse of Breakwater Bay. Those who seek to disturb the peace of this place shall suffer the consequences." We laughed at the superstition, dismissing it as local lore designed to spook tourists. But deep down, a seed of doubt had been planted in our minds, a nagging feeling that perhaps there was more to this place than met the eye. As the days passed, strange occurrences began to plague our vacation. Objects would go missing, only to reappear in odd places hours later. Footsteps could be heard outside our windows at night, though when we investigated, no one was there. And worst of all, a sense of dread hung heavy in the air like a storm brewing on the horizon. One evening, as we sat around the bonfire, exchanging stories and laughter, a sudden chill swept over us. The flames flickered and died, plunging us into darkness. And then we heard it, a low guttural growl emanating from the shadows. Terrified, we scrambled to our feet and ran for the safety of the beach house. But as we reached the door, it slammed shut with a deafening bang, trapping us outside in the darkness. With no other option, we huddled together on the beach, our hearts pounding in our chests. Hours passed, but the door remained firmly shut, as if sealed by some unseen force. And all the while, the growling grew louder, drawing closer with each passing moment. As the night wore on, fear began to consume us, gnawing at our sanity like a ravenous beast. Whispers echoed in the darkness, taunting us with promises of doom. Shadows danced on the edge of our vision, twisting and contorting into monstrous shapes. It was then that we realized we were not alone at Breakwater Bay. Something sinister lurked in the shadows, waiting to claim us for its own. As the days stretched into weeks, our grip on reality began to slip. Sleep eluded us, haunted by nightmares of shadowy figures and echoing screams. Food turned to ash in our mouths, and water tasted like bile. Desperation drove us to search for answers, scouring the beach for any clue that might explain the horrors that plagued us. And it was then that we stumbled upon an ancient cave hidden among the cliffs. Inside, we found a series of cryptic symbols etched into the walls, their meaning lost to time. But as we studied them, a sense of dread washed over us, as if we had stumbled upon something forbidden, something best left forgotten. Armed with newfound determination, we resolved to confront the darkness that had consumed Breakwater Bay. Gathering whatever weapons we could find, we ventured into the heart of the cave, ready to face whatever horrors awaited us. As we delved deeper into the darkness, the air grew thick with the stench of decay. Shadows lurked in every corner, twisting and writhing like living things. And then we saw it, a monstrous creature lurking in the shadows, its eyes burning with malevolent intent. With a primal scream, we charged forward, our weapons raised high. The creature lashed out with clawed hands, its roars echoing off the walls of the cave. But we fought with a ferocity born of desperation, refusing to let the darkness claim us. And in the end, it was our sheer determination that proved our salvation. With a final blow, the creature crumbled to dust, its foul presence banished from Breakwater Bay forever. As dawn broke over the horizon, we emerged from the cave victorious, our bodies bruised and battered but our spirits unbroken. The curse of Breakwater Bay had been lifted, and peace had finally returned to the once troubled shores. But though our ordeal was over, the memory of those dark days would haunt us forever. We returned home changed, our innocence lost to the horrors we had faced. And yet, in the depths of our souls, we knew that we had triumphed over evil, and that was a victory worth celebrating. And so, as we bid farewell to Breakwater Bay, we carried with us not only the scars of our ordeal, but also the knowledge that sometimes, even in the darkest of times, light will always prevail. Years have passed since our fateful spring break at Breakwater Bay, but the memories still linger, a ghostly reminder of the horrors we faced. The beach house stands empty now, a silent monument to the darkness that once dwelled within its walls. But though the curse may have been lifted, the legend of Breakwater Bay lives on, passed down through generations as a cautionary tale of the dangers that lurk in the shadows. And as for us, we carry the scars of our ordeal with us always, a constant reminder of the true cost of paradise lost.